On tonight's episode, we talk about Artemis Fowl,
We also talk about Togo
Night Clerk,
and pop culture news.
So, Disney Plus is getting some love from us this week.
Yeah, we are officially quarantined in these last couple of days.
Yay!
Yeah, someone at my other job was infected and is sick. I have no idea who that person is. But because the person is sick, they send me home and say, hey, you work with this person, they might be infected, go home and never leave for 2 weeks. I was like, what? So, and yeah, that means more time to watch more stuff. So we watched more than the usual. This week we watched Togo. We watched Onward. Granted, we started Onward before with Older Girl and we finally finished. But yeah, let's start talking about Togo.
Okay, Togo. So this is a true story that it started out. I'm a little embarrassed I didn't know about this because as a kid, I actually lived in Alaska and I knew dog sledders. We knew people who did the Iditarod and everything else.
It sounds like nobody did because the tagline of the movie is like the true story is finally revealed.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get that tagline. Okay, so most American kids have heard of Balto, right? This great hero, the sled dog who got the diphtheria medicine to the sick kids in Nome, right? In the middle of this terrible winter storm. What I had never heard before was that there was actually a relay of dog sledders, of mushers, who had to get the medicine up to Nome. And there was one team in particular.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But
although the story's like 100 years old.
Well, but again, this movie is like the true story reviewed.
That's true.
Apparently.
That's true.
But before the relay, there's even that. You might heard about the relay, but how everything started was the guy left. I'll do it, and he left. There was no relay planned.
That's right. Okay, so we've got kids in Nome, right? This isolated little town that popped up during the Yukon Gold Rush. The kids are getting sick, diphtheria, terrible disease. They got to get medicine. It's winter, storms. The only way to get it is dog sled. So this guy, Leonard Seppala, takes his team. He's got this extraordinary dog, Togo, who's his lead. Takes his team, like you said, I'm going to do it. 4-day trip. Super dangerous, but he does it. While he's gone, the governor and the mayor decide to set up a relay.
Yeah.
Which was nice of them to do after the fact. So he goes through just enormous good fortune.
The relay
He meets up with the relay.
The relay only works, is only effective for the journey back.
Yeah.
The journey from Nome to, is it Fairbanks?
No, it was complicated. There's another little town. It started in Fairbanks. They were able to fly it somewhere, and then the dog sledders had to take it.
Yeah, so the journey to get the medicine, the guy did it alone.
Yeah, he did, and
including going up the mountains, down the mountains,
over mountains, and this was the really crazy part. In order to it saved him like 70 miles a whole day. Probably saved kids' lives. He decided to cut across. I think it's called Norton Sound. I forgot the actual name of it. Anyway, he had to cut across a section of ocean that was a section of like a bay that was frozen over. And this is where Togo the dog became really extraordinary because I think they tweaked it a little bit in the movie, but basically this dog was solely responsible for leading them safely across the sound. He couldn't see, he couldn't do it because of winter storms. Balto gets the credit for this because Balto and Gunnar, who actually worked for Leonard Seppala, they were the last team to come into Nome. And so the newspaper guy there took a picture of Balto, sent out to the AP that it was Gunnar and Balto who got the medicine there. So that's why they get the credit but it was really Togo. Togo and Sepla did like 200 plus miles, whereas most of the other sled teams only did like 30 to 50. Anyway, so that's like the history side. Filmmaking side, story side, I thought this was a great movie. It made me all kinds of homesick for Alaska.
It was. I really liked it. It's a dog movie, but it's not like a dog movie. It's a very decent effort. Like, for instance, the dog never speaks, which is always good for a dog movie.
Yeah.
The movies where dog speaks.
So this is more of like triumph of spirit.
Yes.
Over the elements, maybe.
Yeah. And the movie has flashbacks to show the relationship between man and dog and how he hated the dog in the beginning. He called the dog names like Satan and Devil. And
to be fair, Togo was a nightmare.
He was a crazy dog.
He caused a lot of damage.
The movie is beautifully photographed in Alaska. And Willem Dafoe is the main character. I guess the dog is the main character.
Yeah.
But dogs don't
But he's
speak.
like the main human.
Yeah.
And he actually does look a lot like
It does.
Leonard Seppala.
Yeah.
So that worked out.
So he and his wife lived in Alaska for a long time, and he does that all the time, and he's I want to say it was like in his late years and his last years this happens, and the wife said, so it's dangerous, you might die, you might lose your dog, and on the town meeting when they're discussing what to do to save the kids, he opposes it to the idea of sending a sledge. Instead, he likes the idea of using technology. But he sees the situation. He sees that the kids are about to die, and there's nothing.
It was bad.
That technology could do to help. So he goes and does it. It's really impressive. It's even though you assume that it's gonna be a happy ending, that he's gonna get back and the kid's gonna survive because it's a Disney movie on a Disney streaming service.
Yeah.
So if that doesn't give you a hint, things throughout the movie, reminds you that it's a good story. It's a heartwarming story.
It is.
About his man and his dog, and it's beautiful. It's really well done.
Yeah, I think they did a great job of conveying the danger and the risk without over dramatizing. So I skimmed through some details on Wikipedia and stuff. I know, not like super authoritative, but from what I read, they didn't really do much to like add or dramatize or anything. They were able to just tell the story of what happened, which I really respect. But they made me feel like the danger and the risk and the sacrifice that Seppala and Togo went through.
Yeah, the photography as the editing and the acting and the music, they don't take away from the story. They help to create the story and to tell the story. And in some moments it's even a little bit raw. There's not a lot of music. It's like dun 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 dun. Like when the dog is it's like really the sound of the wind and the storm.
Oh yeah, because as if like winter in Alaska wasn't intense enough and diphtheria and all that, this was also happening in like the middle of the winter storm of the century type situation. Yeah, and just I don't know if that was clear before.
Yeah, so. They face death a couple of times throughout the journey, but they win. They bring back the medicine.
Yeah.
Even though by the end, Togo suffers in a way that
they thought he was gonna die.
But he makes it. One interesting thing about the world. Knows the story. There's even a statue for Balto somewhere in New York.
In Central Park, yeah.
And the world knows the story as did by this other dog and other guy. The townspeople went there and thanked him and brought him gifts. Everybody was really happy and thankful for what they did.
Yeah. So he did receive a lot of the gratitude that both of them received a lot of the gratitude that they deserved. But yeah, amazing story. Totally, it was like really family appropriate.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's some thematic
Disney.
stuff. It's
I don't
intense,
think
but
Disney Plus has anything.
do they probably have a couple PG-13.
Yeah.
I don't know. Or some of the Pirates movies.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, but nothing R, I assume.
Yeah. We had no qualms about watching this with our 3-year-old and our 1-year-old.
Yeah.
So, this is a good one.
Yeah.
Good one. Okay. Sticking with Disney Plus, Artemis Fowl.
Artemis
Fowl. A newer release.
Oh, yeah, that was released last week. Straight to the streaming service. Was supposed to be released at the movies, but, coronavirus. Movie theaters closed and all that, so Disney said, okay, let's release the day. Did release. The movie had the release date canceled even before the virus. Had a date finally, and then it's like, okay, after twice, let's release it. And it was interesting. I liked it. It was very different. I had no idea about the story. I knew it was based on a book, but it's very different. A lot of fairies and
yeah. So, this theory has been confirmed to me several times. If you're watching a movie that's based on a book, you're going to enjoy the movie a lot better if you haven't read the book before. It's just a fact. I've never read Artemis Fowl. It's been sort of lingering on my reading list for a while, but
I don't know.
I haven't read the book and I enjoyed the movie.
Harry Potter fans would disagree.
No, I don't think they would.
I mean,
a lot of Harry Potter fans do not care for the films.
I thought you said if you don't read the book and you go straight to the movie, you're gonna enjoy the movie, right?
You'll enjoy it more, yeah.
I thought the movie was okay with some big flaws,
Sure, that's
I don't know.
Example.
Maybe it's the fans' faults. Yeah, I'm blaming on you. Because I went to see the final one, and people crying because of this guy. I was like, this guy was 30 seconds on the first movie that was like 10 years ago. Why you people cry?
I would say the Harry Potter films are a great example of a poor adaptation, and that.
Yeah, that's what fans say. Yes,
and as someone who's read the books and watched the movies multiple times, But for example, more recent example, we saw Venom when it came out. I thoroughly enjoyed the film, had a blast, because I've never read any Venom comics. I don't know a whole lot about the character. He knows a lot about the character. He's read the comics and was frustrated many times in the film.
Yeah.
If you read the stuff beforehand, you tend to have expectations that almost guaranteed are not going to be met. There are very few exceptions.
I guess, yeah.
Anyway.
Back to Artemis Fowl.
Yeah, and I brought that up because I've seen a lot of people who did read the books and loved them were disappointed in this movie. So, I just feel like that's an important disclaimer. We should say we haven't read the books. Yeah. We're only talking about the movie. Independent. But yeah.
Yeah, maybe the movie will send people back to the books, and create this whole generation of fans that in the future they will be more critical about it. Like Marvel movies, some people love it because they are fun and entertaining movies. But if you go back to the books, there's some stuff that could never happen. And like Thor Ragnarok is a joke from beginning to end. It's like the Lord of Thunder. The Lord of Thunder, my ball. The guy's the God of Thunder. Anyways, back to Artemis Fowl.
Right.
It was. I really liked it. I really liked the cast. It was not a lot of known people.
No, yeah, it was really just a couple. Colin Farrell.
Farrell, I guess.
Yeah, and Judi Dench would be the notable exceptions.
Yeah, but I mean the kid and the butler and the like,
don't call him a butler.
The characters there are always there.
Yeah.
They're not very known. But I really like how they act. The girl, the fairy girl. And I really like how So it's this story about this kid. That his father disappeared and he's looking for his father. His father leaves a journal, and the kid goes to the journal and finds out that this world of fairies and magic inside parallel to our world. So he gonna use the journal to find his father, and he does, and save him with the help of a fairy, a butler, and
a dwarf.
A dwarf.
Played by Josh Gad, which is
a weird voice. It's like sometimes.
I thought it was fun.
In the beginning, like in the very beginning, he's in that cave. It's like, oh, come on, dude, you're not convincing anyone.
Yeah, but then he dropped it.
He did.
Which was a good thing, because the voice was a little...
suspecting that he would, suddenly drop out of that voice and start singing.
He didn't sing, but he did drop the voice, and we got some of his characteristic quirkiness.
Oh yeah, it's a weird character to open his mouth and eats dust and create tunnels.
Yeah.
A very magical, mythical creature.
But kind of a different take on some of the magical stuff. Like the fairies weren't just like magic mystical, they were also like there was a lot of technology.
Yeah.
Sort of like it was magical technology, technological magic. It was different. It was a take we hadn't seen before.
It's like there's that quote about how technology might be mistaken by magic.
Sure.
Anyways.
Actually, they kind of reminded me of the elves in the Santa Claus.
And,
they had similar intersection of magic and tech.
Yeah.
But anyway.
So, yeah, it was enjoyable. I think it was a really nice first chapter. And in the end, it's cool. The kid is like James Bond-like. It's like, my name is Artemis Fowl, and I'm the master international criminal.
Yeah, criminal mastermind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because the kid's like super smart. Too,
yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of Darth Vader vibes from the main villain. I think you guys are read right now, but I think that lady is this kid's mother. It's just like I
have doubts.
I don't know. We'll see.
Because everybody makes it sound like his mother was this beloved, lovely person.
So what?
So how do you go from beloved and lovely to super evil? Does the kid have a fairy mother?
Anakin was beloved.
Was he?
By Padme?
Sure.
By Obi-Wan. You are my brother, Anakin!
But would he have described Anakin as lovely?
No, I didn't say lovely. I said beloved.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know. Fair points.
Artemis Fowl available on Disney Plus. It's fun. Watch with the kids. I liked it. I was surprised. I surprisingly enjoyed it. It's magical. It's fun. A really good first chapter for what comes next.
I'd like to see a sequel or two.
Let's see if they do it or screw up. Disney has not been successful with the books. They adapt like the series of books. They tried Narnia, and first they did one, and they did the second one, and then they decided not to do it, and they did a third one, and and then John Carpenter, they wanted to do the whole 9. They did one. What else? Is there any book series that they actually did that worked?
I don't know, because Wrinkle in Time has several, and they just did the one.
It was recently, so we can tell. We can tell. We can check the box office and see.
Winnie the Pooh, The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh.
What are you talking about?
Those are books.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about live action.
Oh, live action. Okay.
Yeah, and not the reboots that they do,
Yeah.
I'm talking about trying to follow the Harry Potter trend and get a book and do it.
Yeah, do it all the way through.
Yeah.
I can't think of any. I could be totally wrong.
Yeah. Percy Jackson, was that Disney too?
It might have been.
That's another one that they did. They did the first one was okay, and the second one was okay too. But it was There's actually some rumors that they're gonna do a series, a Percy Jackson series for Disney Plus. Yeah, but
yes, I'd heard that.
Yeah,
it seems like more than rumors because some of was it the author?
Yeah, they're working on it.
Maybe it was the author who said, "Hey, we're doing this."
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Is there any more movies? Oh, we have Night Clerk on Netflix.
I'll be honest. For me, it was a giant.
It was like on the top of Netflix list. It has had an interesting cast, and it was an interesting movie. Even Ty Sheridan, you might see him on the X-Men movies or on the Ready Player One. He plays this. Does he have mental problems?
Yeah, he said he has Asperger's.
Asperger's. Wait, isn't Asperger's the one that people have tics?
Nope, that's Tourette's.
Tourette's, okay.
Yeah, totally different.
Yeah. So this kid, he has mental issues, but he tried to learn how to deal with them.
Yeah, and the way he learns, because his problem is like with social skills and social interactions, and the way he learns is by watching people and imitating them, and that's how he learns to interact with other people. Which means he puts hidden cameras in hotel rooms at the hotel he works at, and watches people in their hotel rooms.
He puts cameras?
Yeah.
All the cameras he put it in?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess I missed that. So, yeah, he watched the people, and there's this mystery. Can I call it mystery? No, it wasn't really a mystery, right? Yeah, he creates this relationship with this woman, with this girl, and at the end she takes advantage of him to incriminate him and to manipulate him into suicide. It gets complex in the beginning. It's like not really complex, but at the end it's like, so she manipulates him into to commit suicide.
Doing all of this to acquit her adulterous lover of murder, which the kids saw.
Yeah.
Right. He commits murder, or anyway, yeah.
So, but yeah, she tried to trick him and fools him, and at the end he fools her. He incriminates her. I mean, he reveals that she's a criminal, and he doesn't kill himself, but go out in the world and try to live, and talking to people, and it was a nice evolution, you know.
Yeah, it was a good evolution for him.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
So
good movie, good cast. Half thriller, half drama. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, go to see Netflix, The Night Clerk. Okay.
Lots of announcements and trailers.
Okay, let's start with the cancellations. The Oscar was canceled. I mean, not canceled. They moved the Oscars dates to the end of April.
It's usually February, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be really far into the season.
So do you think this expands the award season, or are they still only going to vote on like the same time frame?
Probably, yeah. Everybody's changing the dates. Who knows? I have to check the details. I didn't check that. But the Academy is amplifying, is increasing again the number of nominees to 10 for more diversity and, you know.
Okay. Cool. Star Wars Celebration.
Celebration was canceled and they're not coming next year, but in 2022.
Yeesh.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, it better be a big celebration in 2022.
Yeah, so Anaheim 2022. And I guess it is good because between now and 2022 we can have more Mandalorian. We're going to have more. There's rumors about a spin-off Clone Wars show for The Bad Batch. There's rumors about a spin-off show for Rebels. And there's rumors of Ezra being the Mandalorian, Ahsoka being the Mandalorian, and they're gonna have more to talk about.
Okay.
Speaking
of Star Wars.
Okay, one big one about Star Wars.
Yeah.
It was released the story trailer for the new Star Wars Squadrons.
It looks so cool.
Yes.
We don't know anything about platforms, right?
Oh, it's gonna be released for everything. Yeah, we do. It can be released for PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. 5 against 5, and what they call it? Dogfighting in space. Imperials versus Rebellion. The trailer shows some characters, so very diverse. Not only men and women, black and white, Latino, Asian, but also aliens.
We possibly
different
caught a
races.
glimpse of Hera. We're not totally sure, but it looks like her.
Yeah, it does. It might be.
I think it's
But
her.
we definitely see Wedge.
Yeah!
Yeah. The Rogue One leader.
Yeah.
No. The Rogue team leader. Rogue One is... yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Rogue One would be Rogue 1, 2, 3. It's like the call... What
The
they
call
call
signs.
it? Call signs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so...
Either way, the game looks amazing.
And it's not too far. It's going to be released in October.
October 2nd.
So, yeah, it's right there. So, yeah.
Oh, which is also the new release date for Wonder Woman, 1984.
Yes.
Happy day.
Going to DC then, since
Yes.
we talked about Wonder Woman. DC announced the DC Fandome.
Yeah, this is kind of a new thing, right?
Yes. It's going to be a con type of event, global and virtual.
And free.
And free for everybody. Since San Diego canceled the Comic-Con, and as some DC, Warner, AT&T would do this at Comic-Con because, there's parallel events at Comic-Con. So that would be one of them. But since there would be no Comic-Con, they decided to do this new fandom. They're going to do CW, Warner, DC Universe, books, movies, TV shows, video games. They're going to announce a lot of things, tease a lot of things,
Yeah.
including more details on the Snyder Cut that just released a teaser. Exciting.
Yeah.
And...
This is exciting. Do you want to tell more about the teaser?
oh, yeah, we see Darkseid, Oxuas. His original name, I think, is that. I can't remember.
Oh, that's cool.
And we saw him in his beginning of the rise of the new god that wants the anti-life equation, and his troops behind him, and we see Wonder Woman seeing like pictures, like cave paintings of him.
No, it's not a cave painting. It's like an old, like Eastern Orthodox type religious painting.
Is it?
Yeah.
It looks like a cave.
No, it's not no. Well, it might be in a cave, but the painting itself is...
Well, if it's in a cave and it's a painting.
No, but it's like, whatever. It's like in ruins or something. It's a dark room, but it's got like the gold background, and it's like this very like ancient portrayal of Darkseid holding a mother box, but it has like Cyrillic lettering next to it.
Cyrillic?
It's either Cyrillic or Greek. It doesn't look Greek. I think it's Cyrillic.
Apocalypse language.
Either way, there's Wonder Woman in this like super old picture of painting of Darkseid, and then Lex Luthor's voice over it, doing the whole "Ding dong, the god is dead" speech from the end of Dawn of Justice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that's it, right?
Yeah.
Anything else? Did you miss anything?
No, I think we're good.
Sunday is Father's Day, so happy Father's Day to all of you.
Yep.
Yeah, to our heroes in real life. And see you next week with more of pop culture news and
yeah, all that stuff.
Good stuff.
Live long and prosper.
May the force be with you.
Bye.
Bye.